Welcome back to the Warbird Mistress. Today is Saturday the 24th of January 1942, and this is A Walk Through the War. We begin not in an airfield but in a courtroom today, as the Special Court of Inquiry on Pearl Harbor, headed and named for Supreme Court Justice Owen J. Roberts, pictured center, assisted by, from left to right, General Joseph T. McCarney of the U.S. Army Air Forces, Admiral William H. Stanley, soon to be rewarded with the ambassadorship to Moscow, Admiral Joseph M. Reeves, the father of carrier aviation, and General Frank R. McCoy, who was retired but had previously served on the 1932-33 Lytton Commission investigating the invasion and occupation of Manchuria. Absent are any representatives of the Marine Corps or Coast Guard. After exhaustive interviews and a reticence from every side to find scapegoats, they finally settled on the issues of neglecting warnings of a potential attack, impaired inter-arms communication and failure to collaborate between branches, and the minimum and inappropriate precautions taken by both branches. The blame is laid on Admiral Husband D. Kimmel and Lieutenant General Walter C. Short, whom they claim to have ignored orders and both precluded defense before and during the attack and prevented the ability to mount an immediate counterstrike. While it was a fact-finding commission and not a court-martial, the result of the decision led to their dismissal in spite of many of the men's peers' objections. They as well mentioned Japanese diplomats and hired hands sending information to Japan, while pointing out that Japanese Americans were not likely to be involved in espionage, as Japan distrusted them. And now back to our flyboys. The 20th Bombardment Squadron Heavy of the 2nd Bombardment Group Heavy, which has been operating from Mitchell Field, New York since the 8th of December, returns to its base at Langley Field, Virginia, and continues flying sub-patrols with B-17s as the U-boat's prosecution of American shipping continues to increase. Elsewhere, the 89th Reconnaissance Squadron Medium, attached to the 17th Bombardment Group Medium, transfers from McCord Field in Washington State to Pendleton Army Air Base, Oregon, to continue flying anti-sub patrols with B-25s, making up for the radar gap on the Pacific coast. And that takes us to Sunday, the 25th of January, 1942. Remaining in the American Theater of Operations Zone of the Interior, the 34th Bombardment Group's 1st Reconnaissance Squadron Heavy and 4th, 7th, and 18th Bombardment Squadrons Heavy transfer from Westover Field, Massachusetts, to Pendleton Army Air Base, Oregon, in a cross-country journey that allows them to continue flying anti-sub patrols with their B-17s over the waters of the Pacific. They are replaced by the 13th Bombardment Group Medium's 41st Medium Bombardment Squadron, which transfers from Orlando Army Air Base, Florida, to Westover Field, Massachusetts, with their B-25s. And moving to the Pacific, in the Central Pacific Theater of Operations, Hawaiian Air Force, the B-17s of Task Group 8.9 fly from Canton Island in the Phoenix Islands back to Ninzi in the Fiji Islands as they continue their support of Task Force 8. In the Southwest Pacific Theater of Operations, the 1st United States Army Air Force's Pursuit Squadron in Java, the 17th Provisional Pursuit Squadron, under Major Charles A. Sprague, lands with the first 13 P-40s to arrive from Australia. Part of the cargo of the infamous Pensacola convoy, the 17th Provisional was originally 18 P-40s, and 17 of those were assembled in Brisbane when they made land. The squadron itself was formed on the 15th of January out of Far East Air Force fighter pilots who had come from Luzon at the end of December 1941 with the intention to ferry the aircraft back to the Philippines. However, the Japanese were faster in making their assault than the convoy and fighters were in arriving. Therefore, on 16 January, the 17th flew from Brisbane to Darwin, where it remained until the 24th of January, when it leapfrogged through Kupang and Dutch Timor, then Bali, before finally reaching Java today, joining the American bomber units there. And that was Saturday the 24th and Sunday the 25th of January, 1942. Thank you for tuning in to A Walk Through the War through the eyes of the United States Army Air Forces. If you've missed any episodes, these are all in a playlist that you can see at the end screen here. And be sure to subscribe, like, share, and all that other interweb stuff. So, until then, this is Claire, and I am the Warbird Mistress. Take care.